Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We just wait for a couple of minutes. I see that people are joining in, and if you're live, you all can let me know. Good afternoon, Sudhakar ji. Thank you so much. Parul ji, good afternoon. Yes, okay. Senthil ji, good afternoon to you as well. Superb. Great. We'll just wait for another couple of minutes. Voice is good. Okay, perfect. Rakesh ji. Audio, video clear. Okay, perfect. Priya ji, good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon, Asha ji. So, okay. So then I think let's start. So let's start with today's bed market session. So first up, an update on the global markets first. So if you look at the US markets yesterday, so Dow Jones closed 0.63% higher. Nasdaq भी 0.91% ऊपर close हुआ और S&P 500 भी 0.55% ऊपर close हुआ. So I think after the easing of tariff tensions and to an extent some kind of your geopolitical risk, so US markets post the correction that they saw for the last I think 2 days back, I think they have kind of recovered a large part of the gains, and I think even US markets have been steadily going up since the last 2 sessions now. If you look at Dow futures is up 0.06%. So it's again indicating a flat to positive start to the US markets today. If you look at the Europe markets, Germany is up 1.2%, UK is up 0.12%. France is also up around 0.99%. So if you remember, I read somewhere, I don't know how much of this is true, but even Germany has a lot of holdings in US treasuries. So when this tariff threat was given by President Trump to all the European nations, so I think there was a news. The reports mentioned that Germany will try to uh, liquidate all their US Treasury holdings, and that caused the spike in the yields as well. So if you saw US 10-year government bond yields में बीच में एक rise देखने को मिला था. That was probably got to do with the fact that there was some sell-off in the US Treasury yields. So Denmark doesn't hold a lot of US Treasuries, but Germany holds a significant portion of US Treasuries, and obviously US don't want them to liquidate US Treasuries here. So I think now that with the tariff tensions being eased out, so Germany, if you see, that was up around 1%, 1.2%. France is up nearly 1% yesterday. Eurostox index had a flat close. If you look at the Asian markets, Nikkei is up 0.29%. I mean, there was a Bank of Japan interest rate decision that was expected. I'm not sure if the announcement is already out. So the consensus was that probably Japan might hold the interest rates in this meeting after the hike in the month of December. But I'm not sure if we already have the news out. If you look at Hang Seng is up 0.35%. China is up 0.15%. Kospi again, it's up 0.76%. Agar hum Kospi dekhe, that's been the best performing global index. So Kospi belongs to South Korea. मतलब clear outperformer है. मतलब Kospi के next best performing is Nikkei, that is just up around 7%. But if you look at Kospi, it had a great 2025 and it has an amazing start to 2026 as well. That is up around 21%. But the worst performing global index, that's our market. If you look at Nifty is just not just, I mean, say it's down 3.67%. But if you see for the last 6 months, पिछले 6 महीने में Nifty 1% return भी नहीं दिया है. So I think it's just up 0.34%. So clearly there is pain in the markets, no doubt. But I think ये pain कब जाएगा, कभी ना कभी तो जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं कि pain हमेशा रहेगा यहाँ पे. But hopefully the union budget probably that acts as a trigger for the markets to move up again. No change in interest rates. Okay, that was the consensus. I think they have kept the rate steady at 0.75%. If you look at Sensex and Nifty both are relatively choppy today. Nifty is at around 25,200. Sensex is at 82,043. Both are down. We are still just at about the 200-day EMA mark for both Nifty and Sensex. If we look at the macro indicators, again, no surprises in dollar index. Dollar index continues to trade below the 99 level. But on the other hand, dollar keeps moving against the rupee. I don't know when will this ये जो rally चल रहा है आपका with the dollar against the rupee, we have almost hit the 91.63 mark. We have hit a new high again. I mean, this is a cause of concern for the markets, definitely, because higher dollar against the rupee, doesn't really help the markets. Especially, it keeps the FI investors away because they kind of lose money on their investments. But I think the fact that RBI might intervene at some point of time, but I think dollar moving above, nearing the 90 to 93 levels, that's not a good sign. Probably it looks like dollar ने थोड़ा यहाँ पे ego पे ले लिया है. The fact that if you look at silver has gone to 99.37. That's the high. So looks like I think silver might touch the 100 mark very soon. So I think even dollar is trying to catch up with silver now, when silver was below dollar all this while. So there's a good fight going on between silver and dollar. Both dollar is appreciating against the rupee. Silver, I think when everyone thought, okay, probably there might be a period of consolidation or a pause in silver, I think silver has given a fresh breakout here. So silver continues to move higher, and I think 100 mark will be coming very soon in silver. If you look at Japanese government bonds yield, so I think since they have kept the interest rates steady, there has been some cool off in the yield percentage. It had hit a high of 2.38. It has come to 2.25%. If you look at the US 10-year yields, post the spike here, which moved up to 4.3%, that has kind of again cooled off. Even the Indian 10-year yields, that has kind of gone to 6.67% here. So again, whenever there is some pressure in the equity markets, it's usually the bond market that benefits. And looking at the overall equity market scenario, especially our markets, I think bond markets are better placed at the current juncture, rather than the equity markets here. Crude oil prices have been consolidating. Crude oil prices एक range में trade कर रहे हैं. I think 63.2 on the downside and 66.7. That's the range for crude oil. India VIX kind of cooled off in the morning trade, but again, there is some spike in India VIX. India VIX is up around 1.4%. I think overall, abhi se leke until budget, we can expect VIX to go up even higher. Maybe we can even go towards 15, 16, 17 levels also on the upside. So volatility will be extremely high, guys, from next week onwards. So Monday, we are closed on account of Republic Day. So directly we'll open on Tuesday. That will be the monthly expiry for Nifty. So it's going to be an extremely important week for the markets. We have the monthly expiry week. Then we'll have Sensex expiry on Thursday. Then we have the union budget on Sunday. So it's going to be an extremely busy week next week. Silver, I think new high. I think even gold is also nearing the 5,000 mark now. $5,000 an ounce. So there is no stopping gold and silver. So gold is on a strong run. Looking at how gold and silver is moving, barring the small corrections that we get, I think both gold and silver quickly moves up, reverses its trend and keeps moving up higher. So 4950 is where gold is. I think looks like we might hit the $5,000 an ounce mark very soon. So macro indicators are I think the only sign of worry is the fact that we have the dollar appreciating against the rupee, which is not a good sign. Plus silver and gold continues to move higher. Clearly, I think there is pressure in the equity markets, whereas, bond markets are better placed in the current juncture is what I feel. Now let's see the FII positioning. So let me open up. Let's see. Just give me a moment. Okay, it might take some time to load here. Okay, nevertheless, we'll continue. So we'll look at the FII positioning in a bit. Now if you look at Nifty, so again Nifty, it kind of we had a flat opening today for Nifty, and अगर हम वही से देखें, so Nifty kind of it was moving in a range almost until 11:30, and अगर आप देखोगे it was kind of moving in a descending triangle like pattern where there was support here and there was a lower high formation. So Nifty was kind of moving in a descending triangle like pattern. So आज का कंसेप्ट हम लोग वही डिस्कस करेंगे कि ये डिसेंडिंग ट्रायंगल क्या होता है. So descending triangle, so again it gave a breakdown here and below 25,250, and it has kind of drifted lower. Again it has been consolidating in a range here. I feel if it breaks below the day's low, which is at around 25,180, chances are that Nifty can go down even further. Even if it tries to go up, I feel as long as it stays below the 25,250 mark, the overall trend, I feel it's likely to remain sideways to bearish in Nifty. Or I think below 25,250, sideways to bearish. Below 25,180, I feel I think that's an important support around 25,170. But if we, and I think it can probably fill the gap that was created yesterday. So if we go below 25,70, we can expect more weakness on the downside. So definitely no signs of pullback probably can come after 25,250 is taken out, but जब तक हम 25,250 के नीचे तब तक sideways to bearish रह सकता है Nifty. And if you look at the daily chart, again no strong close above the 200 day EMA, दो 200 day EMA के ऊपर कल भी हमें close मिला, आज भी हम 200 day EMA के ऊपर ही है. But these are not strong candles, these are not convincing candles. जो हमें ये बताता है कि यहाँ से एक pullback हम expect कर सकते हैं. So I feel it's very important to see where do we end this week. Do we end it below 200 day or above 200 day? That will be a key level to look at. Okay, now coming to the FI positioning. So FIs again were net sellers yesterday in the cash market. They sold around 2,550 crores. Now, if you see in the last 13 sessions, they have sold around 33,612 crores in the cash market. जनवरी में हर दिन वो सेलर्स ही रहे. अगर हम देखेंगे पूरे जनवरी के मंथ में देवर नेट सेलर्स, बारिंग सेकेंड जैन जहाँ पे उन्होंने 290 crores का बाइंग किया था. बारिंग दैट डे ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द अदर डेज दे हैव सोल्ड roughly around over 30,000 crores in the cash market. Though on the index futures front, there is some improvement in the long short ratio. अगर आप देखोगे long short ratio, which was around 7.5% on 9th of Jan, थोड़ा सा short covering हुआ index futures में, that has taken the long short ratio to 12.51. Definitely some improvement there, but again अभी भी almost 88% short positions है और सिर्फ 12% long positions है FIS के पास. So clearly the trend still remains on the negative side, and this is likely to remain negative जब तक dollar appreciate होता है rupee के against. तब तक the chances of FIS inflows are very unlikely. And secondly, as long as the trade deal doesn't happen between India and US, FIS are definitely not going to return to our markets. There might be some hope if the budget is if the budget announces a policy friendly any friendly foreign investor friendly policies, I think then chances are that they can kind of return, but अभी तक तो उनका return का कोई नामो निशान नहीं दिख रहा है हमारे markets में. If you look at Sensex now, so Sensex may be similar story hai. So Sensex again, it started off on a flat note, kind of moved in a range until 11:30, then it broke down. But I feel an important support for Sensex is around 81,900. कल भी यहाँ पे मल्टीपल टाइम्स सेंसेक्स ने 81,900 के आसपास सपोर्ट लिया था. अगर 81,900 टूटता है तो हो सकता है सेंसेक्स में और फॉल हमें देखने को मिल सकता है. But on the upside, I feel, as long as we stay below this level, that is your 82,120, अभी हम कहाँ पे है, 82,090 पे है. So probably हो सकता है शायद यहाँ पे एक resistance ले 82,130 के आसपास. If we, till the time we are below 82,130, chances are that Sensex can go down. Below 81,900, we can drift even lower. बट अगर 82,130 के ऊपर अगर 15-20 मिनट सस्टेन करता है, then we can expect some pullback towards 82,300. So that's what I feel हो सकता है आपका इंट्राडे में. But again, we'll have to wait and watch. But clearly, again, the trend is towards sideways to bearish in Sensex as well. If you look at Bank Nifty also has been moving in a range. So अगर हम Bank Nifty देखें यहाँ पे, So in fact, you can probably draw a trend line here. I think this is the trend line that we can draw. You see this. So this is a downwards, an upward sloping trend line here. So we got a breakdown somewhere around 11:30. That is when even Sensex gave a breakdown. Bank Nifty also gave a breakdown at the same time. Even Nifty gave a breakdown at 11:30. And since then, they've been again kind of consolidating in a range. But I feel as long as, Bank Nifty stays below 59, 100, 120, again, it can be sideways to bearish. But if it breaks the day's low, that is somewhere around 58 900, then हम और थोड़ा नीचे ड्रिफ्ट हो सकता है. बट जब तक हम 59 100 59 120 के नीचे है, तब तक थोड़ा साइडवेज टू बेरिश हो सकता है. अबाउ 59 100 अगर सस्टेन होता है 15-20 मिनट, देन हो सकता है पुल बैक थोड़ा एक्सटेंड हो टुवर्ड्स 59 250 59 300 लेवल्स ऑन एन इंट्राडे बेसिस हियर. एंड इफ यू लुक एट द डेली चार्ट फॉर बैंक निफ्टी हैज बीन, जैसे निफ्टी 200 डे ईएमए के आसपास होवर कर रहा है, वैसे बैंक निफ्टी 50 डे ईएमए के आसपास होवर कर रहा है. यहाँ पे 50 डे ईएमए के नीचे चले गए थे, बट कल इट काइंड ऑफ हेल्ड ऑन टू दिस लेवल हियर. आज भी इतना कोई कन्विंसिंग कैंडल्स नहीं है. इट्स जस्ट दैट इट्स काइंड ऑफ होल्डिंग अप देयर. दैट्स ऑल. जब हम निफ्टी, बैंक निफ्टी, सेंसेक्स देखे, इट इज काइंड ऑफ होल्डिंग ऑन टू द लेवल्स हियर. नो clear triggers in the markets today. Looks like probably shayad for the remaining half of the day also we might end up remaining sideways. If you look at the heat map, let's look at the stocks that are bleeding. Eternal 4.5% down, Indigo 3% down, Adani Enterprise almost 4.86% down. So these are the major losers in the Nifty 50 pack. Even Geo Finance, if you see, that is down around 2.3%. Maruti is down 1.5%. Adani Ports is down 2.28%. Power Grid is down 1.7%. So these are the stocks that are in red. Which are the stocks that are doing well? So from the FMCG pack, Hindustan Unilever, that is up around 1.4%. Asian Paints 2.3% higher. So अगर आपको याद है, कल के सेशन में हमने RRG में देखा था कि जो FMCG काउंटर्स है वो लैगिंग क्वाड्रेंट से इंप्रूविंग क्वाड्रेंट में मूव हो रहे हैं. सो वी कुड अगेन क्लियरली सी सम ट्रैक्शन इन द एफएमसीजी स्पेस, दैट इज हिंदुस्तान यूनिलीवर. IT अगर आप देखोगे, IT was also kind of moving to the leading quadrant. The head was kind of pointing higher. So TCS is up 1.3% and TechM is up 1.26%. Barring that, no support from the IT space. No support from the BFSI space as well. HDFC flat hai. ICICI is up 0.55%. Some traction in the metal space in the morning. Metal and PSU banks again, the two strongest sectors in the current market. Usme traction tha, but even those sectors kind of gave up gains very soon. So Ultratech Cement is up 0.9%. Dr. Reddy, some recovery from the lows, but still the structure hasn't changed. Dr. Reddy is up around 2.42% here. L&T is also down. L&T is down around 1.63%. So that's how the heat map looks like currently. If you look at the sectors, अगर हम पिछले 5 दिन देखें, so clearly realty almost 8% down है 5 दिन में. So clearly there is underperformance in the realty space. So avoid any realty stocks. Clearly avoid realty stocks at the current juncture. Even all the capital market stocks are also down around 4.5%. Avoid that. Even tourism stocks, if you're looking at, let's say, ITC hotels, Lemon Tree, Chalet hotels, avoid all that because even tourism is witnessing heavy underperformance. Avoid defense space also. All your Musgao Dock, HAL, BL, Cochin Shipyard, all the defense stocks are also under pressure. So avoid defense, avoid tourism, avoid capital markets, avoid realty. These are the stocks that are underperforming here. इसमें शायद momentum आना थोड़ा unlikely है at the current levels here. But the sectors that you can kind of focus, kind of look at, one is metal. So metal again, अगर आप देखोगे सारे metal counters में strong traction है. Metal is up 0.38%. Some traction in the PSU bank space as well. Maybe some traction in the IT space. So I feel barring metal, PSU and IT, I mean, none of the sectors are kind of looking attractive at the current juncture. Now talking about the heat map again, let's see how the heat map is placed. So clearly, अगर आप देखोगे, IT is that the head is kind of moving higher. So I think IT continues to remain strong. PSU banks, I think post going down, it has kind of एक flat line आपको दिख रहा है. So even PSU banks is kind of holding its fort. Metal, which had gone from leading to weakening, that is again has kind of reversed, and the head is kind of pointing towards the leading quadrant now, though it still remains in the weakening quadrant. But if you look at CPSE is down, commodities is down, PSE is down, manufacturing is down, auto is down. You can see even financial services have gone down, private banks have gone down, Nifty Bank is also kind of going down. If you look at Hindustan Universe, there are some pockets of FMCG that is doing well. If you see FMCG is kind of moving from the lagging to the improving quadrant here. So you can probably add metals, IT, PSU banks and FMCG. These are the four sectors that are kind of looking strong at the current juncture. But if you see, majority of the stocks are in the lagging quadrant, whether it's oil and gas, infrastructure, consumption, healthcare, pharma, media, consumer durables. Lagging मतलब ना इसमें strength है ना इसमें momentum है. लीडिंग का मतलब होता है इसमें strength भी है, momentum भी है. वीकनिंग का मतलब होता है strength है but momentum नहीं है. और improving का मतलब है momentum है but strength नहीं है. So that is how you read this quadrant. So I've also done a detailed webinar on RRG. You can find that video on SBI Securities YouTube channel. So strongest looking sectors, again, FMCG, metals, IT and PSU, barring that none of the sectors are looking good at the current juncture. Now talking about the key stocks to watch out, the stocks that are showing some relatively strong price action structure. One is Jindal Steel, again from the metal space. सो जिंदल स्टील अगर आप यहाँ पे देखोगे 1100 का रेजिस्टेंस तक आया था, थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट बुकिंग दिखा है फ्रॉम दी हायर लेवल्स हियर, एंड इट हैज फॉर्म्ड अ डोजी कैंडल, अ लॉन्ग लेग डोजी, जिसको अपर विक्स भी है, लोअर विक्स भी है और छोटा बॉडी है एट द सेंटर में. But I think if I feel if Jindal Steel breaks above 1100, then chances are that Jindal Steel can keep moving higher from the current levels, with around 1040, 1045 acting as a strong support for the stock. Another strong name from the metal space is SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. So SAIL also, it had kind of broken out of the range today. It made a high of 157, but it kind of gave up gains again. Even if you look at SAIL, SAIL also has kind of made a doji candle here. I think very similar to a gravestone doji candle. But I still feel, there is still strength left in the metal space, and the fact that RRG mein metal is kind of moving up higher here. So I think if it goes back to the leading quadrant again, then chances are that, metal stocks can do well. But जब तक reversal नहीं आता है, तब तक strength बना रहेगा metals में. So it needs to hold above 145, 150, 145, 146. As long as it holds above this level, even SAIL is likely to do well. Apart from that, even National Aluminium, there is no stopping National Aluminium. Even this stock continues to move higher. I feel 350 is a strong support. As long as it stays above 350, National Aluminium is likely to keep moving higher here. All the indicators are positive. ADX is well above the 25 mark. MACD is above the zero line. RSI, though it has kind of dipped here, but it's still, placed at settled at around 72. So overall structure looks positive for National Aluminium as well. Though there is some weakness in the auto counters, but I think there is one stock that is standing out from the auto space is your Ashok Leyland. Ashok Leyland has given a fresh breakout. 190, 191 was acting as a strong resistance for Ashok Leyland. वहाँ पे भी एक strong breakout आया. And this 20-day EMA of 183, that is likely to act as a strong support. And as long as the stock stays above 183, chances are that this trend is likely to extend higher. Apart from that, like I said, Godrej Consumer Products, even the chart structure for Godrej Consumer Products looks very good. It kind of broke out here, and I think ये retest है. कल अगर आपको याद है, कल के concept session में हमने breakout and retest देखा था. So this was kind of a resistance here. It kind of broke the resistance, और फिर अभी वही resistance is acting as a support, and there is some reversal signs that we are seeing in Godrej Consumer Products here. So as long as it holds 1,220, the chances are that Godrej CP can also kind of move higher. Then even Ultratech Cement has a very strong, so there is an earnings that is scheduled for Ultratech, but I think Ultratech looks extremely strong. Let me remove these lines here just a second. Yeah. So Ultratech, again, there was a major resistance here. It has been kind of moving in a higher high, higher low formation. But if Ultratech manages to hold about 12,300, then chances are that even Ultratech Cement can keep moving higher. That's a strong support. 12,300 is where the support is placed for Ultratech. Then, like I said, there is some traction in the FMCG space as well. So Hindustan Unilever, I think it's on the cusp of a breakout. So you see how we are looking at sectors, and then we are we are zero क्या बोल रहा हूँ, I'm zeroing down on the stocks here. So around 2430 is where the resistance is for Hindustan Unilever. I feel if we get a breakout about 2430, chances are that we can keep moving even higher from the current levels. And lastly, I think if you look at PSU space is also looking strong. So agar hum PSU space ki baat kare, so Bank of Maharashtra, it's kind of continues to move higher, and I feel as long as it stays above the 63.5 mark, the overall trend is likely to be positive for Bank of Maharashtra. So as far as the sectors are concerned, metals, we didn't discuss IT, but there are a couple of names in IT. There is Techem, HCL Tech, both are good looking counters. But barring IT, it's metals, PSUs, and FMCG. That is where the trend is present currently. Now let's wrap up today's bid market with the last session, that is your concept of the day. So rather than talking about descending triangles, let me share a simple concept with you. So let's learn about dojis today. So आपने सुना होगा कैंडलस्टिक में एक पैटर्न होता है which is called as a doji candle. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of doji? So doji, again, it's a Japanese term. So आपने सुना होगा बहुत, there are 4 different types of dojis. We will look at those dojis and what does that doji mean. So can anyone tell me doji का मतलब क्या होता है? Doji candle अगर आप कहीं पे पढ़ते हो, कहीं पे सुनते हो, can anyone tell me the meaning of doji? So doji stands for indecision. डोजी का मतलब है इनडिसिशन कैंडल, हम इसको बोलते हैं. इसका मतलब है ना बुल्स कॉन्फिडेंट है इस मार्केट में, ना बेयर्स कॉन्फिडेंट है इस मार्केट में, दोनों कंफ्यूज्ड है. तो जब बुल्स और बेयर्स दोनों कंफ्यूज रहते हैं तब जाके एक डोजी कैंडल बनता है. नाउ देयर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ डोजी. वन इज कॉल्ड एज योर स्टैंडर्ड डोजी. ओके, वन इज कॉल्ड एज योर ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी. आपने सुना होगा एक इंसेक्ट है ड्रैगन फ्लाई. इंसेक्ट है, एनिमल है, व्हाट डू यू कॉल? ड्रैगन फ्लाई इज एन इंसेक्ट, राइट? या देयर इज अ ड्रैगन फ्लाई. फिर एक होता है आपका ग्रेवस्टोन डोजी. देयर इज वन दिस थिंग कॉल्ड एज ग्रेवस्टोन. और एक होता है आपका लॉन्ग लेग डोजी, जिसके बड़े पैर है उसको हम बोलते हैं लॉन्ग लेग डोजी. सो टिपिकली देयर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ डोजीज दैट यू विल सी. स्टैंडर्ड डोजी क्या होता है ना, एक बड़ा सा आपका एक लाइन रहेगा, बीच में एक ऐसा बॉडी होगा. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज योर स्टैंडर्ड डोजी. थोड़ा सा छोटा होगा वो. सो इफ आई टेक दिस, सो यू विल सी, just a second, so you will have a very small lower wick and a small upper wick, and probably you will have a slightly thin body at the center. एकदम slightly thin body रहेगा. This is how it is. So it means the price has gone up, price has gone down, and there is a thin body at the center here. Dragonfly doji में क्या होता है ना, this can be seen after an uptrend or a downtrend. It doesn't signify anything. Maybe यहाँ से एक ट्रेंड रिवर्सल हो सकता है स्टैंडर्ड डोजी में. अगर अप ट्रेंड के बाद दिखा तो शायद आपका अभी नीचे की तरफ आ सकता है. अगर एक डाउन ट्रेंड के बाद दिखा तो हो सकता है यहाँ से ऊपर जा सकता है. दैट्स हाउ द रीडिंग इज फॉर स्टैंडर्ड डोजी. ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी इज ऑलवेज सीन आफ्टर अ डाउन ट्रेंड. मतलब एक डाउन ट्रेंड होना चाहिए. और एक ड्रैगन फ्लाई में क्या होगा ना, बड़ा सा तो आपको कैंडल दिखेगा, बट ये जो बॉडी होगा ना एकदम टॉप पे होगा. स्टैंडर्ड डोजी का जो बॉडी है सेंटर पे होता है, बट जो ड्रैगन फ्लाई का जो बॉडी है ना, दैट रिमेन्स एट द टॉप हियर. It basically means now the trend is down and chances are that the trend is likely to go up. Again, this is a reversal candle, but ये अगले दिन ना ये हाई के ऊपर जाना चाहिए तब जाके होगा. ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी को हम लोग डाउन ट्रेंड के बाद नहीं देते. ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी ऑलवेज हैज टू बी सीन, सॉरी, ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी को हम अप ट्रेंड के बाद नहीं देखते. ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी को कभी भी हम डाउन ट्रेंड के बाद ही देखना चाहिए. नॉट आपका जो साइडवेज ट्रेंड है वो भी नहीं होना चाहिए. If you look at Gravestone is the opposite. Gravestone is seen after an uptrend. Uptrend के बाद क्या होगा, Gravestone में भी एक लंबा आपको विक मिलेगा, बट इसका जो बॉडी है ना नीचे की तरफ होता है. सो स्टैंडर्ड डोजी का बॉडी कहाँ पे होता है, सेंटर पे. ग्रेवस्टोन डोजी का बॉडी कहाँ पे होता है, टॉप पे. ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी का बॉडी कहाँ पे होता है? टॉप पे। ग्रेवस्टोन का बॉडी कहाँ पे होता है? बॉटम पे। इट मीन्स ऑलरेडी प्राइस अब ऊपर चला गया, अब हो सकता है कि प्राइस अब नीचे की तरफ आ सकता है। ये भी रिवर्सल, ये भी रिवर्सल, ये भी रिवर्सल। ये आपका बुलिश रिवर्सल है, ये आपका बेरिश रिवर्सल है, ये आपका स्टैंडर्ड रिवर्सल है। ये आपका अप ट्रेंड में भी हम देख सकते हैं, ये हम डाउन ट्रेंड में भी देख सकते हैं। सो दैट इज हाउ इट इज। लॉन्ग लेग डोजी मतलब, लॉन्ग लेग मतलब बड़े पैर होने चाहिए आपको, लंबा वाला विक दिखेगा डेली चार्ट में, जैसे अभी निफ्टी में बना था। यू विल सी अ एक्सट्रीमली लॉन्ग विक्स एंड यू विल हैव अगेन अ बॉडी एट दी सेंटर ईयर। मतलब स्टैंडर्ड डोजी में छोटे विक्स दिखेंगे, अपर लोअर विक्स एंड सॉरी स्मॉल लोअर विक्स एंड स्मॉल हायर विक्स, बट लॉन्ग लेग डोजी में आपको एकदम रिलेटिवली हायर अपर विक्स एंड लोअर लोअर विक्स आपको दिखेंगे, बिगर हायर बिगर अपर विक्स एंड बिगर लोअर विक्स एज वेल विद द बॉडी एट द सेंटर। ये भी हम अप ट्रेंड के बाद देख सकते हैं, ये भी हम डाउन ट्रेंड के बाद देख सकते हैं। दिस आल्सो सजेस्ट अ रिवर्सल। सो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम निफ्टी का डेली चार्ट देखें यहाँ पे, ये देखो, ये जो कैंडल बना था यहाँ पे 2 दिन पहले, कहाँ पे बना था ये कैंडल? ये बना था एक्सट्रीमली एट योर 200 डे ईए में। दिस इज योर लॉन्ग लेग डोजी। तो यूजुअली लॉन्ग लेग डोजी के बाद एक पुल बैक आना चाहिए, तो वही हम देख रहे हैं कि कब पुल बैक आएगा अब निफ्टी में। बट द लॉन्ग लेग डोजी के बाद भले ही थोड़ा सा एक इंप्रूवमेंट आया है, ये जो फॉल हो रहा था वो थोड़ा पॉज तो हो गया है, बट देर इज नो पुल बैक ऑन द हायर साइड योर। So this is what doji candles mean. So there is standard doji, dragonfly doji, gravestone doji, and long leg doji here. So next time when you read doji, I hope this concept of doji is clear to you, and I hope you are enjoying these sessions that we have started recently, जहाँ पे हम ये एक small concept भी मैं आपको रोज सिखाता हूँ यहाँ पे सेशन में। ठीक है, so that's all from today's session. Now let us start off with our Q&A. If you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer them. Okay, a couple of them have asked me NMDC. Okay, NMDC cup and handle. Not really. इनफैक्ट एनएमडीसी का स्ट्रक्चर थोड़ा सा वीक लग रहा है, बिकॉज इट हैड टू होल्ड अबाउट दिस 79 लेवल, बिकॉज ये रेजिस्टेंस शुड हैव आइडियली एक्टेड एज अ सपोर्ट हियर, द कॉन्सेप्ट दैट वी सॉ येस्टरडे, बट इट हैज काइंड ऑफ गॉन डाउन हियर इवन ऑन द मंथली चार्ट। अब पूरा बना नहीं है, आई थिंक ये कब बनेगा फिर आपका हैंडल बनेगा, आई थिंक इट विल टेक सम टाइम नाउ, बट आई थिंक ऑन अ डेली चार्ट क्लियरली थोड़ा सा बेरिशनेस है, बट आई फील इट नीड्स टू रिकवर दिस 79 लेवल वेरी क्विकली। नहीं, सी जरूरी नहीं है बाबूजी कलर, सी आइडियली और स्टैंडर्ड एंड लॉन्ग लेग डोजी में कलर डजंट मैटर, बट ग्रेवस्टोन में क्योंकि अपवर्ड ट्रेंड के बाद हम देखते हैं तो आइडियली रेड होगा तो ठीक है, ड्रैगन फ्लाई डोजी का अगर बॉडी ग्रीन होगा तो ठीक है, बट बारिंग दैट कलर डजंट रियली मैटर, जस्ट दैट यू just have to know where to look at these doji candles here. Vedanta Hindustan Zinc continue to hold, Selvam ji, I think if अगर मैं बोलूंगा कुछ और तो आप नहीं मानोगे, सो बट आई थिंक यू कैन कंटिन्यू कीप ट्रेलिंग योर स्टॉप लॉस गाइस इन मेटल पीएसयू बैंक्स। अपना स्टॉप लॉस को ऊपर ऊपर लेके जाओ, ताकि ऐसा ना हो कि कल एक बड़ा फॉल आ जाए और आपका पूरा गेन्स निकल जाए। सो कीप राइडिंग द ट्रेंड इन वेदांता इन हिंदुस्तान जिंक बोथ, बिकॉज जिंक विल कीप गोइंग अप, बिकॉज obviously as long as silver keeps going up, even Hindustan Zinc will also keep going up. So keep on holding to Hindustan Zinc. Maybe you can kind of trail your SL to somewhere around 670, 680 is where you can trail your SL for Hindustan Zinc. Yeah, हुड को नहीं, इसका ट्रेंड बेरिश है, आई थिंक ये इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट के भी नीचे अगर आप देखोगे, दिस वाज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग सपोर्ट फॉर हुड को 204 205, अब उसके नीचे ट्रेड कर रहे हैं। अगर ये 204 के ऊपर क्लोजिंग देता है और थोड़ा सा पुल बैक आता है तो थोड़ा सा रिकवरी हो सकता है ऑन दी अपसाइड, बट अगर ये सपोर्ट के नीचे जाता है देन आई थिंक चांसेस आर दैट इट कैन गो डाउन इवन लोअर। अक्सो नोबल, सी एशियन पेंट्स तो अच्छा कर रहा है, अगर अक्सो नोबल देख लेता है, वेयर इज अक्सो, नहीं आई थिंक बिटवीन अक्सो नोबल पारुल जी एंड एशियन पेंट्स आई फील बेटर टू गो विथ एशियन पेंट्स, उसका स्ट्रक्चर स्ट्रॉन्ग लग रहा है। अगर हम एशियन पेंट्स देखें, अक्सो नोबल अवॉइड करना है, क्लियरली डाउन ट्रेंड में, भले आज थोड़ा पुल बैक आया बट द ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर इज स्टिल डाउन हियर, but I think Asian Paints is, if you are looking at paint stocks in particular, then I feel Asian Paints is, उसका चार्ट स्ट्रक्चर पॉजिटिव लग रहा है as compared to Akzo Nobel. Sudhakar ji, is it wrong to have long term bias on Reliance? No, definitely not. I think Reliance right now it's under pain. But I feel, जब I think Jio is probably going to get listed this year. So जब वो हम उसके करीब आएंगे ना, तब you will see some reversal coming in Reliance. But for now, the overall market sentiment is down, guys. I mean, if you see when the overall market sentiment is down, you can clearly see that आपका जो भी capital market stocks है, जैसे CAMS हो गया, CDSL हो गया, BSE हो गया, MCX हो गया, उसमें क्लियरली ट्रैक्शन नहीं है. तो जब तक मार्केट सेंटिमेंट थोड़ा सा इंप्रूव नहीं होता, एंड मार्केट सेंटिमेंट को इंप्रूव करने के लिए वी नीड रिलायंस. आई थिंक यू कैन कंटिन्यू टू होल्ड रिलायंस, जस्ट दैट इट्स काइंड ऑफ अंडर सम प्रेशर currently, but I think 1360 is the immediate support for Reliance. Yeah, Sudhakar ji has made good money. Even Dr. Reddy is good. See, these are all legacy, companies, and they will, continue to do well irrespective, because they are too big to fall. I think, though they might not give you superficial returns like how your new age companies can give you, but at least they will give you steady returns. Your Bank of India, you can continue to hold, Pramod ji. Like I said, PSU space आप hold कर सकते हो. Keep trailing your stop loss. I think 155, 156 is where you can. Tata Steel, yeah, Tata Steel is also good. Like I said, metal sector may continue to hold, guys. Metal PSU आपको पूछने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. I think you can continue to hold. 167, 168 is where you can, probably 170 is where you can keep your SL, and you can hold on to metal and PSU name, but ensure that you keep trailing your stop loss higher so that you take maximum advantage of the trend here. IRB infra avoid karna, because IRB infra, the trend is down, सारे moving averages के नीचे है, so it's better to avoid IRB infra, guys. Union Bank, again, you can Union Bank, you can continue to hold, again, part of the PSU space here. As long as it stays above 167, 168, you can continue to hold on. मनोज जी, बैंक ऑफ इंडिया तो मैंने बताया, बट कैप्स्टन, लेट मी सी, नॉट श्योर. कैप्स्टन, yeah, Capstone is also good. In fact, it's very good. But the only worry is RSI has gone to almost 86 now. So अगर आपके पास already है तो थोड़ा profit book कर लो at the current levels and trail the remaining to maybe around 393, 395. Tech Mahindra, you can continue to hold. Tech Mahindra is good. Maybe somewhere around 1660, 1670 is where you can keep your SL. Yeah, I think आप ट्रेल कर सकते हो, क्योंकि आपने 1616 में खरीदा है. थोड़ा एकदम आप एसएल ट्रेल कर दो ताकि नीचे आए तो भी आप प्रॉफिट से ही बाहर आए यहाँ पे. So your webinar on trading philosophy is a different view. So I think which see, there are two things here. So that was about trading philosophy, right, Sudhakar ji? But since you have held on to Dr. Reddy and Reliance for 25 years, then that doesn't fit under the trading category. So that comes under the investing category now. See, trading is for a short term. So your view for Reliance and Dr. Reddy was for long term. And if you keep any stock for long term, and if that stocks are fundamentally sound, so definitely you would have a lot of wealth created in these stocks here. But that trading philosophy was mainly based on your short term view. For example, अगर आपको silver खरीदना है 1-2 हफ्ते के लिए, so the risk to reward is not very favorable. Even if you enter silver at the current levels, if you enter silver now and you keep it for 25 years, that's fine, because your horizon is for long term. But if you want to enter silver and just hold it for a week and want to capture that small gains, then it's not a right point to enter at this point. So trading philosophy is different, and I think fundamentally it's different. Fundamental में आप stock खरीद के अगर 20% नीचे रहेगा, but अगर आपको conviction है कि ये जाएगा future में, if your horizon is only for 25 years, then trading philosophy doesn't matter at that juncture here. But if you are from a trading perspective, let's say you have bought Tech Mahindra now. अभी फॉर एग्जांपल सुमित जी हैज बॉट टेक महिंद्रा. सुमित जी को टेक महिंद्रा 25 साल के लिए नहीं रखना है, उसको 2 दिन के लिए रखना है. सो फॉर हिम ही वुड हैव टू मेंटेन अ स्ट्रिक्ट स्टॉप लॉस, लेट्स से 1660, 1670, or he might probably exit at, let's say, 1750, 1760. So if Sumit ji wants to hold Tech Mahindra for next 25 years, I would say hold on, because if you have that conviction for that stock, if you feel IT will go up, then that's a different ball game altogether. Especially if you are trading, then it's a different thing altogether. But investing, again, like I keep saying, you can continue to do SIPs in Nifty, silver Bs, gold Bs, provided your horizon is for a long-term perspective. भले आज पेन है, but the markets are not going to stay like that for 25 years. So today your portfolio might be in red, but it might change probably in a next year or a next couple of years or so. Lalit ji, avoid defense stocks. I think I saw one more comment at the top. अवॉइड करना, डिफेंस में पेन है अभी, सो फिलहाल के लिए अवॉइड डिफेंस, टूरिज्म, रियलिटी, ऑल दीज काउंटर्स अभी अवॉइड करना। थॉमस कुक भी अवॉइड करना, टूरिज्म स्पेस इज अंडर प्रेशर, द स्टॉक इज इन अ डाउन ट्रेंड, अवॉइड थॉमस कुक एज वेल। Bandhan Bank, see, there is some good pullback today. I think it posted its earning numbers. See, you need to hold above 135, 136. As long as it holds above this, that is the support level that needs to be looked at. See, even fundamental team does a lot of webinar. There'll be one webinar on the budget day, so wherein they will be dissecting the sectors that can benefit from the budget. So they also keep doing a lot of webinars, and you can attend their webinars as well. Ashoka Buildcon, realty space, avoid Ashoka Buildcon. It's clearly in a downtrend. Wait for some good strong reversal signs. Until then, it's better to avoid Ashok Leland. Federal Bank is good, even Punjab National Bank. Both you can continue to hold, Manorji. I think, like I said, trail your stop loss. Federal Bank, you can keep it around 270. And PNB में थोड़ा सा pressure है, but I feel PNB you can hold until 116, 117. You can hold on to Punjab National Bank here. I think hold on to PSU space. That is what I would say. Adani Ports for long term. Not sure about long term, but definitely short term mein pain hai. It has broken below its 200-day EMA and seems like the chart structure is kind of not looking good. For Adani Ports to move higher, it needs to reclaim 1400 quickly. जब तक हम 1400 के नीचे है, तब तक प्रेशर रह सकता है इसमें. Even PN Gadgil Jewelers, PN Gadgil also avoid. It's clearly in a downtrend. So even if you're looking for a long term, I think not a good point to enter because currently there is weakness in both the counters. Yeah, APL Apollo you can hold. APL Apollo again, metal space, hold kar sakte ho. It's in a good trend. I think you can trail your stop loss somewhere around 1955, 1960, and you can continue to hold Chappa ji for APL Apollo. Praveen ji, idea hold karna. I mean, कुछ नहीं होगा, ये 10 से 15 जाएगा, आपको दिखेगा आपने 50% गेन्स कमा, फिर वो 15 से फिर से 10 हो जाएगा. सो इफ यू वांट टू कीप प्लेइंग in that range, then it's good. But I don't see, personally, if you ask me, I would say avoid. But if you have the conviction, if you feel ये stock अगर जाता है, then I think you can have in your portfolio. But if you ask me, I would say clearly say avoid these stocks, because these stocks can only give you happiness for a very short period. बट अगर आपको भी सुधाकर जी जैसे डॉक्टर रेड्डी और रिलायंस में अच्छा खासा पैसा कमाना है 25 साल होल्ड करके, देन आई थिंक दीज आर नॉट द स्टॉक्स दैट यू शुड हैव इन योर पोर्टफोलियो. देयर आर मच बेटर स्टॉक्स दैट that can probably create wealth for you. So avoid Vodafone Idea. Clearly there are a lot of issues going on, even fundamentally. It's not, I think, agar aapko purely, if you're looking for a telecom play, then wait for Jio listing. And I think even if you don't want to go for Jio, then there is a better option in Bharti Airtel. So I think both these counters are doing better than Vodafone Idea. ITC avoid. अभी फिलहाल के लिए डाउन ट्रेंड में, एंड आई डोंट नो बजट में कुछ और अनाउंसमेंट आने वाला है कि नहीं. सो फिलहाल के लिए अवॉइड करना. इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ फ्रेश एंट्री, अवॉइड दैट. DLF अवॉइड शिव जी, बिकॉज अगेन रियलिटी इज इन अ डाउन ट्रेंड. वेट फॉर सम रिवर्सल साइंस. काफी लो है, बट आई डोंट नो वेयर द बॉटम इज. आई थिंक प्योरली फ्रॉम द चार्ट्स आई फील द नेक्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट सपोर्ट, इट हैज इवन ब्रोकन इट्स मेजर सपोर्ट. वाओ. April last year, it gave a bounce from almost 600. It has broken below 600 also now. So if it doesn't hold above 16, the 600, Shivji, I think DLF can fall down even further. I don't know where the next support is. Probably until 570 is where the next support lies for DLF. Avoid reality. Abhi thoda sa pain hai. It's like we are catching a falling knife now. LG India bhi ruk jana, because see, listing ke baad ye niche hi gaya hai. It's clearly in a downtrend. Let it cross its 20-day EMA. I think, yeah, wait until 1430. I think then we can revisit, but too early to, talk about LG India now. Eternal, why is it falling after good results? See, overall, अगर आप देखोगे इसका structure ही weak है, but I think it has given a major breakdown. I think that is probably got to do with the fact that, Dipinder Goyal has stepped down. So probably a short term pain हो सकता है eternal में. So I think Blinkit's Albinder Dinsa has been made the group CEO. So there is likely to be a lot of lot of organizational changes, because it's Dipinder Goyal who has built this company, and he's probably spent half of his life building Zomato here. And the quick commerce space is kind of getting heated up with Swiggy around, with there is Instamart, there is Zepto, there is Zomato. So there is a lot of competition in this space here, and with the management change, so again thoda sa hai yahan pe. I think better to look at TMCV rather than TMP, because passenger vehicles is not looking very strong, but I think commercial vehicles is something that you can look at. Eternal, see, you can continue to hold for now. I would say exit. I think when it reverses again, then I think you will have a better entry point. But for now, I don't know where this fall is going to end. BL avoid करना संजय जी, because defense space अभी फिलहाल ट्रेंड में नहीं है यहाँ पे. Okay, so I guess that's all from today's mid-market session. That's a wrap of this week's mid-market session. I hope you all are enjoying this. And if you find these sessions valuable, like I said, do share it with your friends, families, and relatives. And do let me know if these sessions add value to you. Because I mean, your motivation is my inspiration to do even more. So do share it across, and have a happy weekend. It's a long weekend. We won't be having a mid market on Monday owing to Republic Day. So happy Republic Day to everyone in advance. And I'll directly see you on Tuesday, that is on the 27th of Jan, on the monthly expiry day. Until then, bye guys. Take care. Stay safe. Have a great weekend. Spend time with your families, and I'll see you on Tuesday at 12:30 for the new mid market session. Bye guys. Take care and see you.